Do you want your pendants to look like they were made from pure glass?
Hello everyone and welcome to BCC Art Studio. I'm Billy and today I'm going to show you a technique that I made using one of these. It is just a reused or an old CD, and I'm going to show you how I created that. And I may show you how I created that. That part possibly will be in another video. I'm not sure yet, depending on how long this one takes. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to prepare or prep our CD. So let's move that out of the way. And you need a pair of scissors. And we're just going to take our scissors and we're going to cut right down to the middle. And we're just going to turn it around and do it again. Alright, so we only need 1/2 for now. We'll put the other half aside. And if you have an X-Acto knife, one of these, we're going to go underneath here as soon as I can find it. The glare from the CD is kind of blinding me. Come on, we can get it. There it is. All right. So basically just unstick it. And you want to take off the top cover. So this side here, you could use it, but it's not what we're using today. We want this side with the lettering, which I crossed off. All right, so we're going to set that off to the side. And we need our mold, our capuchon mold, and we are going to take some high viscosity UV resin. I am using Let's Resin, high viscosity. And we are going to do, so you only want to fill this like maybe halfway. Now I got some of this technique from Daniel Cooper, yet again, because he does some really neat stuff, and it just gives me ideas after I watch him. And then you want to get, I'll just move this off to the side for a bit. I see a bubble, so I'm going to pop it. Then you want to get your little cups, maybe 2 of them, depending on how many capuchons you're going to do. And I'm just going to fill this up. Well, I'm not going to fill it up. I'm going to put some resin in here. I think I'll do a purple and a green. So I have clover and I have lavender. Shake them up really well. And we'll start off with green, and we just want maybe 1 drop. We'll see how thin that is. We don't want it opaque, we just want it kind of a see-through-ish. Set that off to the side. And we're going to do our lavender. Just one drop. Mix it up so there's no streaks. I mean, if you want streaks, you can have streaks, I guess, but for this technique, there's no streaks. And we'll set that off to the side. I'm setting them off to the side so they can degas. And I usually give it maybe about 10-15 minutes to let them degas. Then we will be back. So they seem to still have some bubbles, but we'll deal with it. So I'm going to try my best to get this to come to the edge. And just pour it down the middle. Let's hope that we can get the bubbles to come out. Trying to keep it in the middle. Well, that one didn't turn out so well. See if we can get this to degas. I'm going to pop a few of them with my lighter. Wait and see if they degas. Okay, so I think I got most of it to degas, but I ended up having to spray it with some alcohol to get most of the bubbles out of that center. Now we need our resin again. And we are going to just go right down the middle with the resin. And we're going to fill it up. You know what? I think I'm going to try it a little bit different than what I did earlier. And I'm going to kind of just swoosh that around. Now, let me get this stuff out of the way. We're going to let this cure for 3 minutes. And I do have my new table, so this thing barely fits in the new table. Or the new light, I should say. So, just going to move this down. Set you on top of there. The light connects to it. And press it 3 times for 3 minutes. And we will be back. Okay, that is all cured. Well, hopefully, it better be. It's a new light, so move that out of the way. And I'm just going to demold these. Set them off to the side. Let them cool. And move that out of the way. Next, we want our CD. Now, if you look at it, it is a blue. But you'll notice an effect when I put my cabochons on there. So I'm going to use a hard type resin. It's also Let's resin. I'm just going to pick a spot. Now, when you're handling these, you want to wear gloves because it will leave fingerprints. And I just noticed that when I sprayed my alcohol to pop the bubbles in the resin, I got little tiny splatters on there, which kind of takes away the color, but we'll see. So I don't know if you can see that, how it turned pink. So because I didn't have these quite level, I had to add a little extra. But I'm just going to move it around and hope that it reaches the edges. And as I can see, it is not. Just pushing down and holding it there. And then I'm going to grab my pointer and wipe away the excess resin from the outside. And as you notice, as I'm wiping it away, it's also a pinkish color. And should be good, hopefully, and we're going to cure that under the light for 120 seconds. Okay, so it's been 120 seconds. Now, before I do the next one, I want to cut this out of here. And I'm just going to cut that, push that off to the side, and cut around. It's a little sticky. My light is not curing the way it should, but I'm going to be sanding them and dipping them. All right, time for the next one. See if we can get this one better. I'm going to use a little bit more this time. Make sure it's covered. Okay, so I went ahead and I put some tape down and I'm going to use my black nail polish. It's cured with UV resin. Actually, I have the gel polish kit. And I'm just going to back these with my black nail polish. So after these have cured, after the nail polish has cured, then I will sand them down, and then we will see what they look like after they're dipped. 120 seconds. Okay, so these are now all sanded, and I'm going to borrow a trick from Daniel Cooper and put a toothpick on the back of each one of these. Just flash or cure it with flashlight or your UV light. And we'll get our dipping resin. And I am using UV dip resin. I'm not sure who that is. Anyway, it's for wire petals dipped in resin. It's clear, crystal clear. So, I'm just going to open this up. And it is in a black jar, so it will not get cured from any outside outside natural light or anything. So let's do this one first. I'm just going to dip it all the way down. So you can see the bubbles, but still turns out glass-like. And we will do the second one. Hopefully this one turned out better. Wow. I mean, it's got a bubble in it, but that green turned out pretty neat. All right, so I'm going to cure these, let this drip off, and then I'm going to cure it with my flashlight. I just hold it, let it drip until there's no more drips, and then I use my flashlight to cure it. And with curing it with your flashlight, you can rotate on the stick, so it's easier to just get all sides. I learned that also from Daniel Cooper. And then I will show you the results at the end. Here is this one. Even with the bubbles, it sure turned out it's still shiny. There's a bubble there. Now the bubbles are probably from because I didn't have enough resin between the CD and the cabochon. But it sure is stunning glass-like even. This one I think is my favorite one. Even though this one still has bubbles too, but it gives it a kind of a, I don't know, just a neat effect. Well, tell me what you think. If you like it, leave me a comment, subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you in the next one. Happy pouring.